All right, I want to follow up. This Neil Cavuto thing has gotten really, really interesting. Yesterday, we talked about Fox News host Neil Cavuto literally begging his audience, supplicating, saying, get vaccinated, stop the politicization of vaccines. And he has been essentially ignored by his entire network. Now, Neil Cavuto is in a particular health situation. Neil Cavuto has had multiple sclerosis for quite some time. He had heart surgery. He was vaccinated when he recently got COVID, and he attributes having as mild a case as he did. Statistically, he attributes it. Of course, it's all anecdotal individually, but statistically, he attributes it to being vaccinated. So we looked yesterday at multiple clips of him pleading with his audience. Here is one such example as a reminder to get us all on the same page.
We've lost 5 million globally to this. We've lost nearly 800,000 in the U.S. Take the political speaking points and toss them. For now, I'm begging you, toss them and think of what's good, not only for yourself, but for those around you. If you don't want to do it for yourself, if you think it's a pain in the ass, I get that. Right. But think of others around you. I dare say people who experience this or seen loved ones who've been affected by this or heaven forbid die from this are not judging the wisdom of mandates. They're wishing they got vaccinated. And they didn't. Don't let that happen.
So we suspected that based on the reaction from other shows, which was to say nothing about this, shows on Fox, to say nothing about this and just keep hammering about vaccine mandates and protests and all of this different stuff. We suspected that his audience might not like this. And in fact, that's the case. So yesterday, there were some responses to Neil Cavuto begging his audience about the vaccine shared. And some people in his audience want him dead. Now, I receive death threats all the time on this show, and many people in media do. But it's interesting that his own right-wing audience, which he has fed, he's built this monster over the last however many 20 plus years that he's been on Fox News, I think. The people that want me dead are never people that were on my side. The people that seem to want Neil Cavuto dead are people that were fine with him. They were viewers of his show. So let's take a look at it. He shared some of these yesterday.
We've got TJ, who also emails. It's clear you've lost some weight with all this stuff. Good for you. But I'm not happy with less of you. I want none of you. I want you gone, dead, kaput, finite, get it? Now take your 2-bit advice, deep six it, and you.
Wow.
That's rather harsh, Neil.
Whoa.
So, but I figured I'd relay that to you.
For the Sopranos prequel? Jeez.
Yeah, it does sound kind of like that. Okay, now we got Vince. Vince tweets, hey guys, I bought a new car after being told it was the best. Then it blew up after I left the car lot. So now I'm begging everyone to please buy the same car. Sorry, I was just pretending to be Neil Cavuto.
So I guess that the implication is Cavuto only wants other people to get the vaccine because he got it and the vaccine is terrible. So he wants other people to experience the same bad stuff. I mean, it's crazy. It's bizarre.
Which I think is being a little sarcastic there in that last tweet.
You think?
A little bit. Okay.
A little bit.
I know you love that.
The cringy nature of the segment is not lost on me, by the way.
Another tweet, PolitiFact bias. Neil Cavuto has been fully vaccinated for months and has been a vocal advocate about the safety and efficacy of COVID vaccines publicly and repeatedly on air. This is not a new position for him. Which is true, Neil. This is not a new position for
And
you.
that's kind of what we were stressing. In all seriousness, look, this is something from the very beginning I've been saying that I think the better part of valor is if you haven't been vaccinated, it might be a good idea for you to get vaccinated. I understand those for religious, personal reasons don't want it, but I understand also the numbers.
Now, remember, we dealt earlier with the religious thing. There's almost no religions that actually ban vaccination, and the ones that do are not prominent religions for the most part in the United States.
Or do you get vaccinated, the bigger the drop in cases.
Absolutely, yeah.
Didn't fall on all receptive ears, I guess.
No, clearly not. I got another one for you. Ignis, Aspiring to Aspire, tweets, Cavuto is the Tigger of talking heads, a head full of fluff, just not cool like Tigger. And I think for the record, we had our fact checkers look at this. I think she is actually making the correlation that you were like Pooh Bear, because Pooh was the one that was full of fluff. So
okay, all right. So now they're getting off into very strange stuff. So what's funny is maybe this is new for Neil, but this is my inbox every day. Okay, let's put that aside. What's not funny is that part of this reaction to Neil Cavuto saying, get vaccinated, take the politics out, whatever. Part of it is a result of coverage that Neil Cavuto has done. And in fact, yesterday, he did a story about vaccine mandates triggering protests. He signal boosted again that there are these wacky people going to rallies merely to advocate against vaccination. And the fact that that's gotten nonstop coverage on Fox News is part of what has built this monster. So maybe don't cover that, Neil, particularly since he supposedly does sort of more of like a finance-based show. I mean, so I think it's a great thing that Neil Cavuto is saying this on Fox. It's an audience that desperately needs to hear it. I'm not surprised that his audience turned on him. Listen, Trumpists, what was the thing that got Trumpists to turn on Trump? At that rally in, I don't even remember, was it Georgia? Was it Wisconsin? A couple months ago, when Trump said, I recommend the vaccine and freedom too, but I recommend it. That completely vile, committed Trumpist audience booed Trump. So we know that this is something that will get the crowd to turn on you. But you can't ignore the fact that Neil Cavuto has also participated in some of this very same stuff through the story choice that he's done on his program. So that's what's going on. Not a big shock that this is the way that his audience is reacting. One of our sponsors is Sheath Underwear. It's summer right now in the Northern Hemisphere. It's hot. It's humid. Many of the men in my audience know about the discomfort that can come with this, with traditional underwear, the sweating, the chafing, the sticking. Not fun. And that's what Sheath Underwear has solved. Sheath has designed men's boxer briefs with multiple ergonomic compartments built into the front of the underwear, which keeps everything separate, dry, cool, and comfortable all day long. Sheath has re-released 2 limited edition styles, Flower of Life with a stylish flower pattern and bold geometric waistband. The other limited edition style is the Mesh Airflow, especially designed to be lightweight and promote extra coolness and breathability. Give Sheath Underwear a try. I've had a great experience with it. I think you will too. You can find the link underneath this video, and don't forget to use promo code PACMAN for 20% off.